everyone. This is Adlane Fellah. I'm a chief analyst at Maravedis Research. It's my pleasure to welcome today Derek Peterson, who is the CTO at Boingo. Hello, Derek. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for participating to this new episode, part of the MSP Network weekly engagement. So let us go straight in and tell us about Boingo for those who are not as familiar with your company.
Yeah, hopefully people will remember us for a long time, but we've been doing this for 25 years, providing networks. We started off, focused primarily on Wi-Fi back in the day when it wasn't called Wi-Fi, it was called 802.11. And we were trying to solve the ability for travelers to be able to get anywhere and be able to use connectivity. That's obviously expanded quite a bit since then. We're now one of the largest and leading connectivity providers, doing large venues, small venues, and everything in between. We provide service to over 100 transportation locations, over 100 military bases throughout the globe, as well as hospitals, hotels, sports, over 70 sports and entertainment venues. So a lot of expansion of just making sure that there's connectivity where people want it.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly very familiar with Boingo, and I know that you're also very active and long-time member of the WBA. Can you tell us, what programs are you most excited about in 2025?
Yeah, as you know, we've been pushing this idea towards convergence, making Wi-Fi and cellular work better together. So some of the programs at the WBA, we just launched a report that talks about convergence and how 6G and Wi-Fi can be better together. So that's one, obviously near and dear to me, is trying to make sure that we have really good connectivity all the time. We do cellular networks as well as Wi-Fi networks in most of these venues where you'll find us. And so having that handoff and having that convergence instead of having a bunch of siloed connections is important. The other thing that's kind of very important, I think that the WBA is working on, is this idea of quality of service. We've been pushing that for a long time. How do we ensure that that connectivity is the right connectivity for the application that's being used and the way we want to have that customer interface with that connectivity? And so that's another key project that the WBA is working on. There's so many others. It'd be hard to try to list them all, but for me personally, those are two of the great ones that we at Boingo are focused on, and me personally are focused on.
Yeah, it's a good segue for my next question, which is really, what do you see as the most acute technical challenges that you face as a company to deliver value?
Yeah, that's a really good question. We're seeing the advancement of AI, the very more and more important of security and managing your networks and making sure there's security. So those two things are, I think, key items of technology that are coming to help us solve some of the problems we've had in the past. But I think that it's still, to this day, it's that silos, the collaboration that we need to have between industries, vendors, standard bodies, and then be able to create these bold ideas with these new technologies we have with AI and with AI operations and decision-making, real-time decision-making, and being able to have the best connection and then doing it in a secure way. So I think that that's the technology challenge. It's probably less of a technology challenge, and it's probably more of that collaboration challenge that we just need to keep pushing to try to steer the industry to provide the best connectivity always.
Okay. Would you mind tell us your view about this whole idea of a single pane of glass, managing, you are managing different radio access technology from cellular to Wi-Fi to DAS. What's your view?
Yeah, we've been working on this since 2014. I introduced it at one of the WBA meetings years ago. We created this thing called VIA, which I call it virtual infrastructure appliance, but it's really, the reason we called it VIA was because we knew that all of the connectivity needed to go through or via this gateway that we created so that you could end up creating the single pane of glass for configuration, for operations, and for security and all the other things. So we have developed what we call our venue management portal, which is this single pane of glass that lets you manage Wi-Fi, private network, public network DAS, IoT SIMs all in one screen. And it's very important for us to have that. It continues to advance as we're getting there. But one of the key components of that is, of course, having the right APIs available to you. And it's only been, 10 or 12 years that most of the vendors have realized the importance of giving you APIs so that you can build these kind of single pane of glass solutions.
Yeah, fair enough. A final word for our viewers?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, we believe connectivity is the foundation of all the future of innovation and operational excellence, as well as, exceptional customer experience. So, work with us. We're hoping to be able to be a part of the WBA for years to come, and 3GPP and all the other groups, and really see this collaboration continuing. And so please join us at these locations. And if you need any help, reach out. Boingo is committed to providing that assistance in all ways possible.
Great. Thanks for sharing your insights, Derek, and for your time today. And thanks for the viewers for listening, and see you at the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you. See you soon.